This video is sponsored by SKETCHFAB. Stick around to see how you can get premium 3D models and also how you can stand a chance of winning an XP Pen display drawing tab for free. Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to askNK. This is another interesting episode of Free Friday, and this week we do have a whole lot of things that you guys will definitely want to take a look at. First off, we're going to start off by talking about the post USSR builder, which you can find on Gumroad. Alexi has actually taken his time to make this one in Blender 2.93, as this is fully based off the geometry node. So for those looking for procedural building generator, or you're probably thinking about getting a USSR building style generator, you can come through and grab this one. Now while we talk about this, Flickr is a very wonderful website that a lot of you guys probably have no idea about. But then there is a very cool artist that's actually created something more like a repository where you can find some amazing references. Jonathan has actually done this, and he did send me an email to let you guys know that you can actually have access to any of these things and start working with them. You can download any of these references and actually knock them out of the pack and start getting things happening. So if you're looking for things like golden light, you're looking for winter stuff, maybe burning tree, rustic stuff, filmmaking things, or you're looking for some IZ, hot peppers, you know, depending on what you like to work with, you can come over to his Flickr account and download this. I'm going to put a link in the description that can bring you over here, and once you're comfortable with any of these things that you want to get, all you need to do is just hit on the download button and start downloading them, and you'll notice that there are some of these things that can come in very handy as both references and also as things that you can take a look at in terms of look devs and lighting. And of course, a huge shout out to Jonathan for making this one possible. Now while we talk about things that you might want to grab, if you go over to QUBrush, we do have some QUBrush weekly giveaways that you guys may want to take a look at. First off is coming from Mohammed. So we've already talked about Mohammed Reza a lot of times on the channel. You know, he's a huge contributor to the QUBrush weekly giveaway, and this week he is giving out the plant in hanging pots collection, which you might want to check out. Now we've also talked about the fact that he does have a lot of things on his page that you might want to check out. Some of these things are extremely free, and if you're into architectural visualization, you might want to come through and grab them. And while we talk about things that you might want to come through and grab, Aria has also given out a stylized locker, which is a game asset that you can play with. So this can also be used for animation. Probably you want something like a prop which you can put behind or within your scene. You can grab this. This comes with a 2K and also an updated version of a 4K map, which would give you that true to life quality. And for those who like to get this so that they can use it for both Blender and any other software, this comes as a blend, FBX, and also an OBJ file. Moving forward, there is also free food icons which you might want to also check out, and these icons are AI, PNG, and also EPS files, and these are made by Touches. So Touches has actually gone through to make this one, and for the most part, if you're into making games and maybe you want to make these things as pickup icons or collection icons, or probably you just need these things as icons that you can use to tweak some of your designs, then you can grab this. And while we talk about things that you can grab that looks very cool in 2D, there's also the 7 free-tone fabric Substance Designer 4K materials that you might also find very interesting to work with. Now this is also supported for Substance Designer and also Substance Painter, and everything we should be getting here are done entirely in Substance Designer. I mean, you might want to come through and check out these things. These things look very cool, and they're very stylized at the same time. You can see how cool these things are. You can tweak them to your liking, and you can grab them and start working with it. So there are certain things which you can control, like the depth amount. It comes with all of the channels that you'll be thinking about working with, and this is just pretty nice. So in case you're thinking about getting some fabric which you can procedurally play with, or you want to change, you want to update this, you want to get some random variants of these things, you might find this one very interesting. And while we talk about things that you can find very interesting, Saleh has created this beautiful blender rope set. This is 50 blender rope set, and I've actually gone through to put this one in the cart so I can test it out and play with it, and this is very nice. So from what he has here, he says, hey, there's a tool that he has created, and it works like the Ornament Brushes that you can get with ZBrush, and you can also proceed to do some very interesting and crazy things. So if you go through to check this things out, you can see how uniquely made all of these things are. They are totally different, you know, they serve various purposes. So for those that are into creating things like ropes, or probably you want to create some sort of cables, you would find this one as an appealing choice to get started working with. So I'm going to put this link in the description as well, so you might also come through and check it out. And last but not least for this week, we do have Giovanna. Giovanna has created something that is also very similar to what we saw earlier, which is a beer icon. So if you're into icons, you know, you like to grab these icons, you want to use them, you can also come through and check out these icons. And these ones are 512 by 512 PNG files. And if you're into icons, this might just be the right icon that you might want to work with. So with all these things said, let's dive over to Artstation and take a look at the Artstation pick for this week. And we're going to get started by talking about Malels. Malels has this thing, and it is a human muscle guard brushes that you can check out. Now this thing here is for free. You can get the ABR file, which is the brush file type which you can use in Photoshop, and then you can also get the Procreate zip that comes with it. So these things are here. If you go to his page, you'll find out that he also has a whole lot of things. There's also this bundle section that you might want to check out, but just going over to his page, you would see that there are some free things here. So we've already talked about this one. Let's check these things out. I did see a lot of free stuff here. Okay, there is 2000 plus CubeBrush cheat brushes that you might also want to check out. This is crazy. This one is wild as well. But there is also something else. I did see some other cool and nice things. Okay, this is also like the World War Bomb Kit Bash tool, which you can get with 30 unique rockets. So if you're into rockets as well, you might also want to check this one out. There is also this one. Yep, this is the one I was looking for. This one is very, very cool. So it's 40 plus hard surface alphas, and at the same time there is a 45 minutes matte sculpting tutorial section that you might also want to check out. He's also the creator of the 100 IMM brushes for surface detailing, which you might also want to check out. So tons of stuff right here on his page which you might want to grab for free. You can also see the CubeBrush crowd scene houses that exist here. So there is just a whole lot of things that he has on his page that I do think would come in very handy for you guys. So for those who like to get any of these free things that is right here, link is going to be in the description where you can check it out. And while we talk about things that you might want to check out, there's also this guy that's created this huge collection. So Mohammed has made this huge collection of brushes. Now these brushes are brushes that you can use in both Marvelous Designer, ZBrush, Photoshop, and at the same time I strongly believe you can use these brushes in tools like Blender and also 3D Code. So if you want to get these things, right here we have the 50 cloth seam brushes. You can grab them. If you're going for the complete package, you have to pay $1. You get all these brushes as both JPG, PNG, and PSD. But if you want to get the free version, you're only going to be getting the PSD file. But then if you move over to his page, you would notice, and he has also given out lots of his stuff for free. Practically everything he has on his page he has given out for free, except for like these ones. But these ones are right here. They're all for free. You're looking for cloth, leather, and fabric brushes. You have that tension brushes. You have that cloth brushes. You have that cloth seams, you have that right there. You also notice that there's a trim ornament brush as well that you might want to check out. So tons of stuff that he has on his page right here. And while we talk about free stuff, let's take a look at some ornamental stuff. So these are 140 brushes, ornament plus 3D model and IMM brushes, you know, lots of things that you would want to check out. So these things right here are available, so you might want to check them out. I don't believe all of these things are for free. I kind of believe that there's a section or a segment of them that are set for free. There's a free tutorial that is available with this one, which you might want to check out. And Aragon has also made some other things on his page for free, like the wall shield is for free. There's a stock black that's for free as well. You might want to check out some of the free things that he has on his page. And I guess some of these things can come in very handy for you guys. So I did notice that some of them are for free, which you might want to check out. And while we look at some other things that are for free that you might want to check out, Vladimir has done some very impressive free stuff, you know, and it's actually good to test these things out. Most of them are VDM and also sculpting brushes that you can work with. And right here we have some very nice ones. I mean, for those that are into things like lizard detailing, or you're thinking about getting some VDM brushes that you can use, you know, to give that extra finesse or give that extra detail on the model which you're working on, you might want to check out Vladimir. Vladimir also has a lot of things that he has also made available on his page. Like there's a hair and 4 VDM brush. There's also the Scale Armor IMM Nano Mesh brush. So you might want to check out some of these things. I don't believe all of them are 100% for free, but I guess like you might probably get access to some free ones which you can try, which actually makes sense because you might have access to some of the files which you might want to test out, play with them, and then proceed to getting the full purchase if you're comfortable with what you've tested. And with this said, let's switch the gears a bit and take a look at some extra tutorials. So if you're into texturing, you might want to check out this free tutorial that Milad has created. You know, this tutorial is right here. You can learn lots of things with it. So for those who like to check out this tutorial, Milad has actually done a very good thing by making this tutorial free, and it teaches you how you can get into shading and also texturing with Substance Painter, and also rendering with tools like Marmoset. And you might also want to go through and check out some of the other tutorials that he has already made available on his page right here, which you can work with. There's also some textures, some PBR materials, and a couple of samples that you might want to test out just before you commit to making any purchase. And last but not least, let's take a look at Jonas. Jonas has made a reference pack of weapons and military stuff, and at the same time there's also some tutorials and free stuff that you might want to get on his page as well, and some of these things are right here on discount. And you might also notice that there's a couple of free things like this. There's also a couple of free references like this that you would find quite interesting. So for those who are thinking about getting any of these things, there's going to be a link in the description that can bring you right here where you will be able to check it out. And of course, a huge shout out to all of the contributors of this week's Free Friday for making this possible. And before we go, let's give a huge shout out to our sponsor, SKETCHFAB. SKETCHFAB is an amazing place on the internet where you can buy and sell your own 3D content. Right now, the folks at SKETCHFAB are doing a challenge which is very nice, and it actually gives you access to doing something that you love. At the end of the day, there's definitely going to be a prize that you can win, and this is being sponsored by the folks at XP Pen. So the current challenge that they have right now is the hand painted storybook scene challenge, and you might want to come through and check out some of the description and also see how you can stand the chance of winning the XP Pen Artist 22 second generation graphic display tablet. And for those who are into checking out how they can get some more free models, you can also go over to sketchfab.com, go over to explore, go to downloadables, and right here you will be able to find cool downloads that you can grab. So the folks at SKETCHFAB do have this beautiful sets of downloadable models which you can get, and of course you can use these things as you want. At the same time, if you like to preview models before you download them, or you're thinking about a place where you can sell your own 3D models, then SKETCHFAB is the right place for you. So this is more like it. Tell me what you guys think about this one in the comment section, and of course a huge shout out to SKETCHFAB for making this possible. A huge shout out to all of the creators and also all of the contributors of this week's Free Friday for making it possible. And of course, if you like this video or you learned something from this, you can go ahead and give it a like, and don't forget to share with a friend. And if you're new here, it's going to be amazing for you to hit the subscribe button and also turn on notifications so that you don't miss next video or the next update. And I'll see you guys again with the tutorial updates, Free Friday, Tutorial Tuesday, tips and tricks, things like this. Peace.